Hello everybody, this is Divya Sharma. Welcome back to Education Sirta. In this video lesson, we are going to start Chemistry Class 10th first chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations. First, we'll learn physical and chemical change. In physical change, no new substance is formed. Nature and identity of substance does not change. It's temporary and reversible. Only physical properties will change in physical change. As we can see in melting of ice, it's temporary and reversible. Physical properties will change only in this. Nature will remain same and no new substance is formed in this. Now chemical change. In chemical change, one or more new substances are formed. Nature and identity of substance will change. It is permanent and irreversible. Chemical properties will change. As in this we can see in formation of curd, it's permanent and irreversible. Chemical properties change. Nature and identity changed. So here we get the difference between physical and chemical change. Some more examples of physical change are melting of ice, melting of wax, evaporation of water, boiling of water, dissolving of water, and examples of chemical changes are rusting of iron, formation of coal, burning of anything, digestion, respiration, fermentation of grapes means grapes का खट्टा हो जाना, cooking of food, these all are chemical changes. Whenever a chemical change occurs, we can say that a chemical reaction has taken place. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take. For doing this chapter, you have to learn the valencies of ions. It's very important. Now, characteristics of chemical reaction. All chemical reactions result in the formation of a new substance. Reactants हमेशा LHS में लिखे जाते हैं. A substance involved in a chemical reaction उसको reactants कहते हैं और जो final product आता है वो हमेशा RHS में लिखा जाता है. Now, during chemical reaction, chemical change occurs. New substance with new properties are formed. Reactant bonds break and product bond is formed. Reactant से product बनता है. Only rearrangement of atoms take place. Atoms of one element do not changes into the atom of another element. Remember this. Here you can see A plus B is reactant and C plus D is product. Now, example of chemical reaction. The given is chemical reaction. 2 Mg plus O2 when heated gives 2 MgO. मैग्नीशियम को जब हम एयर में हीट करेंगे तो मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड बनेगा. एक वाइट पाउडर में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. If magnesium ribbon is kept in air, it will react with oxygen and forms a protective layer of magnesium oxide. That is why magnesium ribbon is rubbed with sandpaper to remove the layer of magnesium oxide. Magnesium ribbon burns with dazzling white flame. Now, characteristics of chemical reaction. This is evolution of gas, formation of precipitate, change in color, change in state, and change in energy or temperature. Now, evolution of gas means gas का निकलना. Here we'll look at the example. Its example is when zinc granules is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid, then hydrogen gas is evolved. The hydrogen gas burns by making the pop sound. Hydrogen gas always burn by making pop sound. Dilute hydrochloric acid means HCl with added water. Here are some examples. Zinc plus hydrochloric acid gives zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas evolved. Zinc plus hydrogen sulfate gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen evolved. Now let's try an experiment. It's a conical flask. There's dilute sulfuric acid and some zinc granules. Here there's a pipe from which hydrogen gas will evolved. As we know that Zn plus H2SO4 gives Zn SO4 plus H2 gas. It is evolved. Now, formation of PPT means precipitation. A precipitation is a solid product which separates out from a solution during the chemical reaction. Example, Lead nitrate plus potassium iodide gives lead iodide plus potassium nitrate. Here lead iodide is a yellow PPT. There is color change. Lead nitrate is colorless and lead iodide is yellow color PPT. Now change in color. Here examples are there. When citric acid reacts with potassium permanganate solution, then purple color of potassium permanganate disappears and it becomes colorless. Here it's given KMnO4 is potassium permanganate. The last equation is also of change in color equation because the colorless into yellow. नाउ चेंज इन स्टेट, यहाँ पे रिएक्टेंट्स और प्रोडक्ट्स में स्टेट में चेंज होगा. एग्जाम्पल H2 गैस है, ऑक्सीजन गैस है जो कि एक्वियस मीन्स लिक्विड स्टेट में कन्वर्ट हो रही. नेक्स्ट इज बर्निंग ऑफ कैंडल वैक्स. कैंडल वैक्स सॉलिड है जो कि वाटर प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर की स्टेट लिक्विड है और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की स्टेट गैसियस है. यहाँ पे भी चेंज इन स्टेट है. नाउ चेंज इन एनर्जी एंड टेम्परेचर. ये दो टाइप्स की होती है, एक्सोथर्मिक और एंडोथर्मिक. एक्सोथर्मिक द केमिकल रिएक्शन विच प्रोसीड्स विद द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ हीट एनर्जी. इसमें हीट एनर्जी लिबरेट होती है, मीन्स निकलती है बाहर, एब्जर्व नहीं, इसमें एब्जॉर्प्शन नहीं होता, लिबरेशन होता है. नाउ विल लुक एट द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन. It's N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3 plus heat. It's the reaction for formation of ammonia. Nitrogen plus hydrogen gives ammonia plus heat. इसमें निकल रही है. Carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus heat. All combustion reactions. And remember, respiration is also an exothermic reaction because it provides energy. The below reaction is respiration reaction. Now endothermic reaction. The chemical reaction which proceeds with the absorption of heat energy is called endothermic. यहाँ पे heat energy absorb होती है. Photosynthesis is endothermic reaction क्योंकि वो sunlight की help से ही पूरा प्रोसेस होता है. Cooking reactions भी endothermic होती हैं. Barium hydroxide plus ammonium chloride plus heat gives barium chloride plus ammonia plus water. It's also endothermic, and the below is the reaction of photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 6H2O in the presence of sunlight. C6H12O6, it's glucose plus 6H2O water plus 6O2 oxygen. It's balanced chemical equation. Now chemical reactions and equations. Chemical reactions or chemical equations क्या होता है? The method of representing a chemical reaction with the help of symbol and formula is called chemical reaction. Symbols और formula की मदद से जब हम किसी भी reaction को represent करते हैं तो उसको हम chemical reaction कहते हैं. The representation of chemical reaction in sentence form is called word equation. Example, hydrogen plus gives what? Now types of chemical equation. There are two types of chemical equations, balanced and unbalanced. Balanced chemical equations. It has equal number of atoms of each element on both sides. Example, you can see 2H2 plus O2 gives H2O. Here in the reactants, hydrogen atoms are 4 and oxygen atoms are 2. Same in the products. It's 4 and oxygen atoms are 2. So it's balanced. Now unbalanced chemical equation, it has unequal number of atoms of various elements on both sides. The equation is missing there. It's Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. In this Fe1 in reactant and 3 in product, it's unequal, it's unbalanced. You can see only hydrogen is balanced in this and iron and oxygen are unbalanced. So in this we have to balance these. It is only known as balancing of chemical equation. The process of making the number of atoms of different type of element equal on both sides is called balancing of chemical equation. It is done on the basis of law of conservation of mass. Total mass of reactant is equals to the total mass of product. Now let's do how to do this. Here the two examples are given. HNO3 plus CaOH का whole twice gives CaNO3 का whole twice plus H2O. Now how to balance this equation? Here we have to see the number of atoms of every and each element on both sides, on reactant and product. Here we can see hydrogen atoms are 3 in reactant and 2 in product. So we have to firstly balance that. We can write 2 in front of the H and O3 so that hydrogen atom balance. Now we will balance nitrogen. It's balanced itself. You can see that after putting 2 in front of HNO3, nitrogen is 2 and in product also nitrogen is 2. Now we'll balance oxygen. In the reactants, oxygen atoms are 8 and in product it's 7. Now we'll put 2 in front of the water molecule. H2O के सामने हम 2 लगा देंगे. इक्वेशन फिर हो जाएगी 2HNO3 plus CaOH का whole twice gives CaNO3 का whole twice plus H2O. अब हम देख लेंगे कैल्शियम का जो एटम है वो 1 है तो वो बैलेंस है. हाइड्रोजन बैलेंस हो गया, नाइट्रोजन हो गया, ऑक्सीजन हो गया और कैल्शियम भी हो गया. ये इक्वेशन हमारी बैलेंस हो जाएगी. नेक्स्ट इक्वेशन आपको बैलेंस करनी है, ट्राई कीजिएगा. इफ़ नहीं आए यू कैन आस्क इन कमेंट बॉक्स. Try as much as possible from your NCERT textbook reactions. Okay, thank you.